What's up guys, welcome to another video. Yesterday we had the fishing tournament at my school, and for some of you may know through Instagram that my team won. I caught 11 fish, my buddy Catfish Kev, he caught 10 fish, and our buddy Max caught 6 or 7 fish. It was a great day on the water. I was throwing fly primarily, and that's going to be the topic for today's video, but I'll get into that in a minute. I had the full expectation of filming a video for you from yesterday. I had the GoPro ready. The only thing I forgot was the extra batteries, and I got about halfway through the tournament and then my only battery died, so that was it. I had about 6 out of my 11 catches on video, and I know that there's some of you that wanted to see the footage, have me make a video out of it, but I don't know, the footage isn't that great. It can't be a video by itself. It's just, there's not that much there. So we're gonna hold off on that, and maybe out in the near future I'll let you guys know, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So I threw fly all of yesterday. That's what I caught all my fish on, and most of it was on this fly right here. There's no name for it. It's a pattern I came up with last week, and it's what I fished with all the previous videos leading up to this that came out last week. And the trout absolutely love this fly, along with ladyfish, Spanish mackerel. I even caught my first bonnet head shark on this fly here. Just a great fly, mix of shrimp, and I'm going to show you guys how to tie it today. For those of you who don't like to fly fish or aren't into fly tying, I know, just bear with me here, but what I'm going to try to do is after I tie this, after I film it, we're going to head out. The sun's going down in a couple hours, so we have some time. I'm going to head out. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in the water after it's wet. I'm going to show you guys how to use it, or at least how I use it and how I've had success with it, and maybe just catch some fish on it today, and then I'll add that at the end of the video. So if you don't really want to see, or you don't care to see how this is tied, just skip forward a little bit. But for now, I'm going to show you guys how to tie it, and let's get to it. So I've been tying these flies on mustad size 2 hooks. Any hook with a longer shank will do just fine. You do want to make sure you have a longer shank on the hook because we do put a good amount of material on it. So the material that we'll be using, we're starting off by using medium-sized black bead chain eyes. Now that you can also switch up with golden if you want. You can use silver if you really want to. It's all a matter of preference. But I've been using black with this color scheme. Next we'll be using like rustic orange marabou, and then for the tail and the upper body we're going to be using just brown craft fur. Now for the main part of the body we're going to be using a brown EP tarantula brush. This one has these little rubber strands that stick out, and it just mimics the smaller legs of a shrimp very well. And then finally we'll be using this golden flash for the antenna, and an optional aspect of this fly is barring the craft fur at the end. So if you have a Sharpie, preferably black if you're tying in brown, you can use that at your free will. And the thread we'll be using today, for those of you who really take this seriously, we're using Danville's, this is Wax Fly Master Plus. I just use tan colored thread. Again, that's really a matter of preference on what thread you use. So you're going to be starting your thread base about an hook eye's length behind the hook eye, if that makes sense. Just about half an inch behind the hook eye. And then you're going to be tying on your bead chain eyes. Just get them on there nice and tight. Extra wraps, helicopter wraps, do what you got to do. Alright, and then you can just throw some Zap-A-Gap on there. Just make sure those eyes stay put. Alright, and then you're going to bring your thread towards the back of the hook. I like to put it right before the bend, which in this case is going to be halfway between the hook point and the barb. Okay, so first thing we're going to be putting on is some craft fur. Just like that. Just a decent sized clump. Now you don't want too much, especially with craft fur. It's pretty bulky in the smaller amounts, so you can add more if you really want to, but it should all have the same action nonetheless. Now, the tail, we're going to make it, it's really again a matter of preference of how big you want this fly to be, but for this fly we're going to make it about 2.5 inch, 2 inch tail. And just do a couple securing wraps on top, like so, and then I just take 2 or 3 wraps under, and that will help this crafter go up at an angle like that, and also help to keep the crafter from fouling. You can trim off the excess. Alright, so now that you got the tail on there, we're going to be tying on some of the golden flash. Just 4 or 5 strands, and you're going to want it to be just a little bit longer than the crafter. Maybe like half an inch longer. Somewhere in that ballpark. And then tie that down on top of the crafter, like so. If you want to, you can fold that excess back. I'm just going to trim it. And then to finish off the back end of the fly, we're going to use a piece of marabou. So you can get it right there, that's a good piece. Just like that. You leave about an inch for the tail, and just throw that on top of everything, and then tie that down like such, and then trim the excess. Alright, then just wrap all that stuff down. Got a nice ramp there. And then bring your thread to where you tied off the marabou. And then you're going to tie in your tarantula brush. If you don't have a tarantula brush, you don't have to worry about it. You can use the leftover trimmings from craft fur to make a dubbing loop, and put the trimmings in the dubbing loop, and you can use that to make the body of the shrimp as well. Alright, so once you got that tied down, you're going to bring your thread behind the bead chain eyes. Alright, then you're going to wrap the brush. Do your best to not trap any fibers by bringing all the fibers back before each wrap, like that. And again, if you want a bulkier fly, you can do tight wraps. If you don't want that bulky fly, you can do more loose wraps. All up to you. Alright, so that's about good. One more wrap in there. And then wrap it down, 2 or 3 securing wraps over. And then a couple wraps in front of where you tied off the brush. Then you're just going to trim that excess like that. Now if you have a brush lying around, you can use it to help free the fibers you may have trapped in wrapping. I'm just using an old toothbrush. Just kind of take it, run it through the fibers, help to free some of the ones that got trapped in there. Okay. Now, you want to bring it so the hook points up, and you're going to try to bring all the fibers either to the side or to the down towards the bottom of the fly, like that. So, once you've done a few strokes and you got most of the fibers towards the bottom, you're going to take your scissors, and it's a little awkward, but you're just going to trim the fibers on top. Like that. Like so. And the final step is going to be cutting a little bit more craft fur. Alright, so that's a good amount right there, you don't need too much. And here you're going to want the ends of the clump you just cut to blend with the ends of the tail. So line it up. This If anything, the top can be a little bit longer. That's about good. Just lay it down, try to have it so the hook point divides the hairs evenly. And just do a couple of securing wraps right behind the bee chain eyes. And then I'll do 1 or 2 securing wraps in front of the eyes as well. And trim that excess. And then just clean that up. Throw some wraps over all that. And just even out the head. Alright. And then you can whip finish it. Alright, now that's whip finish. You just trim your thread. And that's it. That's the shrimp fly that I've been using that just kills the trout. I'd imagine snook would eat it. I haven't had the opportunity to throw it in front of a snook yet. Same deal with redfish. Yeah, I caught a grouper on this for the tournament. Like I said, my first bonhead was on this fly. Mackerel ate it, ladyfish ate it, everything will eat this. It's a pretty basic shrimp pattern. And that's all there is to it. Alright, so I just tied this bug up for you guys. Hoping to get some fish on it, but this is what it looks like when it's wet. Shrimpy. It's the same spot we've been trout fishing at. It's also the same spot we came for the tournament. I don't know. It's a little trout. A tiny trout.
What is it?
Little trout. Baby one. I swear this fly also catches big fish. Some bait right here. Oh, tarpon!
No way.
Dude, that was a tarpon, bro.
No way.
Be a tarpon. Bro, this is a good fish.
It's dodging you.
It's a good trout, I think. Oh, it's a jack. No, you're good. You're good. You don't need that. It's a jack. Dude, did you see that tarpon?
I didn't.
Oh my god, there's a tarpon right here, bro. Watch out. Watch out, watch out. Now I got it.
Just a jack. That's insane. I thought you hooked up to that.
Dude, me too. I was waiting for the jump. That's a nice, that's a PB jack.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's Jack Crevel, and that is actually a PB for me. Yeah, that's my PB Jack. It's little, but I've never caught one that big. How awesome is that, man? Later, dude. That Jack, man, I thought that was a tarpon. I was waiting for the jump. Yeah, just messing with that Jack.
That was so sick. I just saw the swirl and just set. Relax. There's another trout. It would have been cool to show you guys that tarpon. I honestly thought that jack was the tarpon because I hooked up right after that tarpon rolled. Probably was for the best though, because I don't think I'd be able to land a tarpon of that size on this setup. I mean, the rod would have been hold up okay. It's a 9-way rod, but I mean that hook, it's not that strong, and only 30-pound leader. Who knows? It would have been a fight. It would have been a fight nonetheless. Here's a ladyfish. I was hoping that was gonna be a good trout. This is a giant ladyfish. This is a big ladyfish. PB lady, man. That's a massive ladyfish. That is a beast of a ladyfish, probably 20 inches. It's a cool eat too, right off the surface.
Well, thanks for watching this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like the fly tying aspect of it, I'm definitely planning on incorporating more videos like that where I'll tie a fly and take it out and show you guys that it catches fish. I was honestly surprised to see that tarpon, and for that reason I already whipped up some tarpon bugs. We're going to head back there to that spot tonight, see if we can't locate some tarpon, maybe hook up. My expectations are very low, but you never know. So until the next video, I will catch you guys later.